My name is Ella Piesheimer, and today I will be giving a presentation regarding ethical behavior within industry, which specifically relates to the wage increases that Costco has implemented. As future generations are becoming more prominent in the workforce, there are different considerations, such as ethical behavior, that are becoming things that are a lot more important as the procedures and policies that corporations are following. This relates to Chapter 3 within the management textbook, which regards managers' changing work environment and ethical responsibilities. With these future generations, it is much more valuable to have meaning within the work that they're producing rather than just producing profits, which is something that has been a little bit more important in corporations of the past. Something that is extremely crucial within the industry is the triple bottom line, or the 3 Ps, which regard performance and environmental and social responsibilities as well. Financial responsibilities have become something that were very important within corporations, but these environmental and social responsibilities are also something that need to be looked at. In large corporations, as discussed within the article, there are ethical dilemmas, employee relations decisions that take place, and social responsibilities that are going to become important in making these new decisions. As I will be talking about specifically today, within the article, they have discussed that Biden has discussed considering raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, while Costco has already made this decision by increasing their minimum wage to $16 an hour. This has a profound impact on the corporation as a whole because 90% of Costco's workers work on an hourly basis. CEO Craig Jelinek has also included some payment enhances as well as bonuses to this minimum wage increase as well, and these are something that impact full-time and part-time workers throughout the year. The CEO has stated, though, that these aren't just considerations that have been made in order to make Costco look better from a moral standpoint, but they have also had financial benefits as well, because they have increased productivity and reduced turnover with workers. All of these things are in consideration with the ethical climate within a business, which regards the fair policies and procedures that take place. By having these fair policies and making it an environment where employees view the corporation as having such standards, productivity becomes encouraged and employees are able to have better satisfaction levels. As stated within the article as well by Bernie Sanders, it is important to have a balance between ethical behaviors and financial behaviors, and large corporations such as Costco are able to make these decisions based on the profits that they have in order to promote the moral well-being of their employees. Oftentimes corporations face things such as ethical dilemmas, which it is hard for the companies to make decisions whether they should increase financial outlooks, but these are things that could ultimately be done in a way that is immoral or even illegal. The textbook regards 4 different approaches that can be taken, and as proven through the decisions that Costco has made, they definitely took the moral rights approach to solving an ethical dilemma, in which the fundamental rights of their employees, their right to life, liberty, safety, and better health was taken into account. And so ultimately, Costco has taken this moral rights path. As further mentioned in the article, while it is pretty obvious that you would assume that there are more help happening to the employees and their wages, there are also some harms that can come from it as well. While many people will be lifted above the poverty line by having increased wages, there are also some that will be left jobless because the companies who have to raise their minimum wage are not able to support it, and that would cause these families to fall below the poverty line in return. As the Congressional Budget Office has stated, over 17 million people would be affected by an increase in the minimum wage, and over 1 billion would fall above the poverty line after this change, but 1.4 million jobs would be lost in exchange. Within the textbook, the corporate social responsibility concept discusses that large corporations have an obligation socially to go above the minimum bar or the minimum circumstances that they need to adhere to. And these these cases, the economic responsibility is the lowest at the Carroll's CSR pyramid, in which the corporation simply is adhering to global capitalism and simply making profits following the law, the bare minimum. While at the top, philanthropic responsibility refers to adhering to global stakeholders, which can be the external environment of the corporation and going above and beyond what is considered just morally right. As included in the article, while large businesses definitely have the ability to increase wages, small businesses may not. In some cases, these small businesses may struggle with a minimum wage increase, in which they will have to raise the prices within their stores, as well as end up losing customers, in this case with increased prices, and end up having to lay off their employees, which would be a struggle for the small businesses. It is important within this article that both of these sides were discussed when considering ethical behavior. Ultimately, considering the ethical future is something that is going to be very important for corporations, and it is something that will have to be looked at from both viewpoints, whether you're for or against having these social responsibilities. Especially as large corporations have the abilities with the profits that they obtain, it will be important for them to perform ethical behaviors by making changes not only within the ethical labor department, but also within environmental tasks and philanthropy as well. My name is LP Simer again. This is a presentation given within my Management 1010 class, and I appreciate you for listening to my discussion.